Grace and peace to you all. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, today is the 4th day of the 2nd month of the new year 2020. So that makes it the 4th of February 2020. And by the grace of God, you are alive there. I am also alive here. Let's give God a praise. Let's give him all the glory. Let's give him all the honor. Beloved, I want to thank God for a wonderful day as this, that God is still supplying us air free of charge, rain free of charge. Everything that pertains to life, God has given to us free of charge. My beloved, you and I owe him our utmost gratitude. The utmost gratitude, we owe God that. And beloved, listen, if you are poor, I have a message for you today. I have a message for you today. Are you poor? Are people looking down on you? And they are making you to begin to feel like because you are poor, you don't know God. You have served God all your life faithfully. And yet, the material things of this world, you seem to be devoid of. And you feel like, you are not a Christian, my friend. No. And that God does not care for you. No, that's not true. That is one thing that men will want you. Some men with corrupt mind will make you think that being a Christian, you have to have everything. Vis-a-vis, you have to be a millionaire, you have to be this, you have to be that, and that is what is thrown to our care. No. Listen to what David had to say in the book of Psalm 72. I want you to turn to that psalm with me, and let's read it together. Okay? God has a word. I'm blessed. How about you? Okay, take care. Don't work too hard. Amen. Yeah, that's a neighbor. Listen to what David said in the book of Psalm 72. Give the king thy judgments, O God, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. David is praying for his son, himself and for the son, Solomon, who is to take over when he died. And listen to the prayer that David offered. He said, saying about the prayer, what he wants Solomon to do, he says, he shall judge thy people with righteousness. That is, Solomon will judge the people of God with righteousness, and thy poor, the poor, with judgment. You see, God considers, he knows that there are poor people. God knows that there are people who are poor. They are not poor because they are lazy. They are poor, they are hardworking, but they are poor because there are some people who have become a stopgap instead of being a conduit, that is, leaders, people in authority, who oppress them and who exploit them, just as in our world today. So many have been made poor not because they are lazy, not because they are not working, but they are working, but the money that is paid them is not able to carry them over 3 days or a week. And every time they turn around, bills. If you live in this part of the world, But David is saying that Solomon, he shall judge thy people with righteousness and thy poor with judgment. Means that Solomon the king will consider the poor. He will consider the poor. He said, the mountains shall bring peace to the people, and the hills thy righteousness. By righteousness, he shall judge the poor. Wow, of the people. That is, Solomon the king will consider the poor. He will make the poor part of his priority. He shall save the children of the needy, the poor. He will save the children of the needy. He will deliver them. Wow, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. That's what David is praying that Solomon will do. Just look at it around in our world today. Here in America, when they are campaigning, They are talking about the middle class, and they are talking about the rich, and most of the affluent. They get all the tax breaks. No one talks about the poor. They are homeless, walking, have no place to put their head and all that. And yet people have so much money to waste. Waste money, manufacturing of weapons, and war, and all those things to the detriment of the poor and the downtrodden. David is praying, he says, Solomon, let Solomon not be like that. Solomon, let him be the person who takes care of the poor. He said, he shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy and shall break in pieces the oppressor. The king will take care of the need of the poor. Is that what we see today? No. Look all over the world. The poor are the ones who are being oppressed. They are being bombed, killed, striped with bombs and all that all over the world. You see, the poor are the ones who are suffering, oppressed, not because they are lazy. They are hardworking. But people who have corrupt mind, who are amassing the whole wealth of the world, as if that says everything about them is money. So they could care less how many poor they kill, sacrifice at the altar of money. But hey, my friend, poor man, poor lady, you are poor, God cares for you. He thinks about you. Is your hand in the hand of the Lord? Look to him. He will take care of you. David is praying. He wants his father. He wants his son, God to compel his son to take care of the poor. And that is exactly what God will do. Say, for he shall deliver the needy. Again, he shall deliver the needy when he cries. Wow, the poor also, and him that has no helper. Did you see that? Read the whole Psalm 72. Read all of it. Okay? Psalm 12. He said, for he shall deliver, Psalm 72 verse 12. For he shall deliver the needy when he cries, the poor also, and him that have no helper. Is any preacher making you think that because you don't have this world's good, you are not a Christian, my friend? Don't mind that person. He doesn't know his God. He doesn't know God. Because God cares for the poor. God knows that there will be poor amongst us. And he takes care of the poor. He considers the poor. Cry unto him. He said, God, and God knows that you have no helper. The poor have no helper. Your helper is God. And he shall spare the poor. Do you hear that? This is a word of hope. God will spare the poor and needy and shall save the souls of the needy. God will do that. He shall redeem their souls from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight, the blood of the poor. If you are one who delights in spilling the blood of people, especially the poor, watch it. Because God, precious in the sight of God, is the blood of the poor. Who are the poor? The baby, unborn baby, who you are bought. His blood, her blood, is precious in the sight of God. Those who delight yourself in war, you are dropping bombs, killing, using all kinds of excuses. One day, you'll give account because that blood is precious in the sight of God. Beloved, don't. And those of you who, by the grace of God, you occupy positions of power and authority, and you have all these world's goods at your disposal, and you feel like, and you look down on the poor, you think that they are worthless. Watch it. Because God cares for the poor. The poor is high on God's economy. And it behoves you and I to take care of the poor. Are you poor? Read Psalm 72. The Lord is good. The Lord is good. He will never, never let you down. He will never, never let you down. Trust him. This is Pastor Pimpong. Grace and peace to you. And God bless you. Bye-bye.